Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going fabulous. Thanks for joining me. Today we're doing card number 19 of my Countdown to Christmas series. We're going to create 3 tags and then also a card using a few items from Reverse Confetti. The stamp set's called Bearing Gifts. It's 4x4 set. And then I also picked up this when I was looking at Reverse Confetti. This is a really neat tag and I don't have one like this, so I thought we would try it out today. I've been replacing my Try It Out Tuesdays with my Countdown to Christmas. So in January, Try It Out Tuesday will come back. But I thought this was neat because it creates like a little door on the front of your tag. It's all one piece. I'm going to die cut it out and show you and me what it looks like. Grab some white cardstock and run this through my die cutting machine. But I thought it was just something different, and I thought I'd try it. There's perforated lines where you fold, and then you have this little piece here that cuts out a partial circle to where you can tuck the front part of your door in it. That way it closes. So you can have a secret little message in there. I know if you have presents under a tree, everybody dives in directly to where their name is, and I thought if their names are hidden, it makes it a little bit more fun underneath the Christmas tree. So I die cut out 3. I thought we'd make 3 tags. There's only a few images in the stamp set, but it sure is cute. I thought we'd make a tag with a little car with a bear in it, and then a tag with the Christmas trees, and then a tag with mountains. So we're going to start off by doing some stamping, bringing in the mini Misty. And the nice thing about this set is the Christmas tree has a solid image too. So you can stamp the solid image any color you want with your inks, and then you have the outline image that you can stamp over the top. So we're going to stamp the car just 2 times, and then I'll stamp the mountain. We end up stamping 3 times, and then the Christmas tree we're going to stamp 5 times. I'm going to ink it up with Memento ink because I'm going to color in these images with Copic markers, and you can see I inked up my Christmas tree too, and I didn't want to do that, so we just cleaned that off. For the Christmas trees, I have a whole bunch of little mini Hero Hue ink pads. I just found 5 different colors of greens. Green Hills, Moss, Mint Julep, Green Apple, and there was one more. I think it was Pine. So we're just stamping the colors of the trees first, and then with the outline, we're going to do this last. We'll ink it up with the same Memento ink and stamp it right over the tree. So our trees are instantly colored in, and there's a little pattern to those trees too that makes it really nice. I'm going to grab my other piece of cardstock. Easy to line up. I was off a little bit only because I didn't put my head in the camera view, but we'll stamp our outline on these 2 trees on this panel. And then I'm going to zoom in and do a little coloring. I left the coloring in. It's a little bit long. The bear I had a little trouble with, but I listed the colors up in the corners for you guys. But I'm going to play a little holiday music, and then when I'm done coloring, I will catch you back. Okay, I timed the music to where it had that finale ending, and so we're done coloring. Now, I'm not sure if reverse confetti has dies that coordinate with this set, but I know it's going to be easy to cut out. I'm just using my scissors and fussy cutting it out, leaving a little bit of a border around it. But if they do have dies, I'll list them below, along with everything that I used today. So all my images are ready, and I think they look so fun. We're going to push these aside, and we are going to start off by working on our card. I'm going to bring in a window die set. This is from Paper Rose. It's called the Card Creator 1. It's really neat because it creates a window, a square window in your panel. The ends of your square window are crisscrossed with stitch detail, and then you also have a stitch detail inside window. We're not going to use the inside window, just the outside. And I think we are going to create a little scene. I cut out of the window in a card front panel size, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and take a hillside border die. The ones that I have are from Fawn. I've had them forever, and I really love them. There's stitch detail on these little hillside borders too. But I'm going to die cut out a couple of hillsides, and then I went through my black paper bin and my scraps, and I found an oval with stitch detail. I'm going to use that to create kind of like a road for my car. For my background, since we're going to create a little scene, I'm bringing in some Distress Oxide ink. This is Tumbled Glass. I'm going to add a little shading to the upper portion of my window, and I'm doing this directly on my card front, guys. This is my card base. To add a little bit of blue in the background. And I'm not going to pop up my hillside. I'm going to glue this directly to my card front. I'm going to pop up the little black piece as my road. So I'm going to add some tape behind my hillside. I'll line it up in the window. I like to do it better this way. That way you can kind of know where my spacing is. We'll line up behind my window. Add this directly to my card front. And then my hillside's perfectly placed. Kind of, it's a little crooked. I gotta fix that. Okay, now I'm going to take my little mountains that we colored in. I'm going to use 2 of them for my background. I'm just going to add some adhesive behind there and tuck them behind our hillside. We'll do our second one. Lovely. Now with our little black piece, I wanted a little black on the inside of my window. So I'm going to add tape, and then we're going to tack this down behind our window. So we're going to eventually pop this up so we have a little bit of dimension. I'm going to bring it off to the right a little bit more because my car is going to go on the left, and I think it's going to look nicer that way. I did add foam adhesive behind my window, placed it on my card base, and I added my car and my 3 little trees, which I did pop up all of those with foam adhesive also. We're going to stamp our sentiment. For this card, I chose Good Cheer Headed Your Way. We're going to stamp just below our window. And I think my car is a little too close. We're going to scoot it over closer to the left side here. And then basically my card's done. We're going to add bells and whistles along at the same time that we do our tags. So we're going to jump in to do our tags. Tags are basically very easy. I'm bringing in a double stitched rounded corner die set, and then 3 pieces of cardstock. I have a couple shades of red, and then one is like a corally pinky color. I'm going to create some little panels for my tag fronts with these 3 colors. I'm going to die cut these out, and I'll take that same rounded corner die. Since we have an extra hillside, I'm going to create a couple hillsides with a curved edge on the bottom. So I ran those through my die cut machine. We're going to go ahead and adhere our colored panels to our little tags here. I found that when I did this, my panels went all the way up to the edge of the opening, the open flap, and then so it's not exactly centered. You want to do this to make sure it's centered and look. At least I do when I look at a tag. I want it to be centered. I'm going to add both of my little hillsides and my little black piece. That is, I die cut that out too. I needed a little road for my car, so that's what I did with the black. I'll add my last hillside, and then we're going to decorate. Very easy decorating. The car is big enough to be its own focal point. I am going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment. I wasn't sure if they would fit on my hillside, and they're a little bit too long to fit. So what we're going to do is stamp them on some white cardstock. You can see the car fits on one, and then I did trim down my mountains. They fit on another, kind of tucked them underneath the hillside. And then I have two trees with my little pink background there. We'll stamp Good Cheer Headed Your Way. Another one is I Come Bearing Gifts. And then another one is Merry Christmas. And I'm just using my VersaFine ink to stamp these. I am going to trim these down just using my paper trimmer. I blocked off the Good Cheer Headed Your Way. It was on the larger side, and I knew these would overhang on my tags. The I Come Bearing Gifts I added to my car tag, and then I did angle that end there. I'm going to add some black and white baker's twine to the tops of my little tags. Love these colors together. And then after we have this done, we're gonna, I thought since I have my twine out, let's add a little black and white to my card base too. We'll just tie some bows here. We'll grab my card base, and I just slide it on the inside of my card. We're going to tie it inside of my card. We're going to tie a bow off to the left, and so we have some black and white on each one of our little projects. Now we get to add some bells and whistles. This is the fun part. I'm going to bring in some Nouveau crystal drops. This is simply white. We're going to add some snowflakes to our background. And when I was doing my coloring, when I did the headlights of the car, I did add it was a messy color for the headlights since I added my black Copic around there. So to make it look a little more rounded, I'm adding dots of the white, simply white crystal drops to the headlights. It's going to add dimension, and it's going to clean up those circles, make them more circly. I'm going to add some snowdrops to both the red backgrounds, and then for the pink background here, I'm adding some snowdrops, some white ornaments basically to all the trees, even on my card. And then I added a little sparkle to the pink tag with my red stickles. Now we're, oh, and also to the bows of my presents too. I want some sparkle there. I have these little itty bitty embellishments. They're from Simon Says Stamp, and they're called Tiny Flowers. These are vanilla, and these always reminded me of little snowflakes. So I'm using these and adding some little snowflakes to each one of my tags, and then each one of my Christmas trees, and also on my card. So we're going to add some snowflakes and snowdrops to all of these. But those are my projects for today, guys. I think they turned out fun. You can see the snowflakes / flowers. I think they turned out really cute, and I love that you can open up these little tags. Makes it a little bit more fun, especially if you have kiddos for the holidays. But thanks for joining me. I wish you a lovely day. Stay tuned for card number 20. I think that will be my last one for the season, guys. But since Christmas is coming too fast. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to see still shots, visit my blog. I'll list that down below, and then along with everything that I used today, guys. Have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you soon.